get a victory royale. Even though they didn't get top 5, they didn't get all this stuff, they delay Vanya. They go on, they slow things down. If we do this again, Mini Miner, imagine, even if Squeezy goes down, you're going to put Vanya in the same exact position to be in shambles for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but Vanya's team now maybe know that's coming, right? They could prepare for Queasy's team to do that, and maybe change up their strategy, because if Vanya take out Queasy, that could be a very, very interesting end game, because like I mentioned, these guys don't miss a beat when it comes to the end game. So they're gonna have a good game. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Can't believe this is it, the final game. We're going to find out who's going to be coming out on top, who's going to be the 2025 global champion. And for it to come down to mate on make hate, listen, I think the audience, although it's a bittersweet moment, they love to see their top teams in the top 2 spots.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're an M8 fan, you're happy, right? You're like, hey, one of our M8 players are going to go on to be global champions, right? So exciting to see, but how does that last game end, right? Do we just take it to the off spawn again? Do we change things up? Do we play conservative? So many questions in that game, though. Something of note that happened, Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual finding themselves up on the high ground as well with, you know, they've been quiet for both days, and finally there in game number 11, we see him on hype, we see him pushing teams, kind of what we've been used to seeing in majors before this point.
Something that we don't used to see, though, is Ritual carrying the team with 5 eliminations, with Cold and Peterbot being the fraggers only with 1. And of course, as they were able to control that high ground, they do what they do best, and they just spray the lobby below them, making sure that although they might be getting low on mats, they're still going to be getting those points through eliminations.
Yeah, I like the way they play this, actually. I really want to give a shout out to Ritual and Cole, the way they actually play this front side. So important right there. While Pete was sort of fragging at the back, they held down the front side, making sure that nobody else could take it. Really, really well played from those two in particular. And I think the way that these guys have gone this weekend, it hasn't gone their way necessarily. But of course, in this particular endgame, they were able to pop off. Remember, a lot of our big names that we were seeing on the leaderboard, sort of top 5, I think, were down and out in that endgame. So we didn't see our sort of hype team that we would expect to be in there. But still, a solid game from these guys is going to push them up in the standings.
It's so good, guys. I'm just thinking about this, man. I gotta see those standings one more time. This is a fight for first and second place right now. It's a fight for first. Everyone else is fighting for that third place spot. And again, you know, we might not be playing for first, but life-changing amounts of money, even flipping down to this second page, right? If we could break up into that top 10, this is gonna come down to the last game. Fortnite always be doing this to me. We start day 2, it's, oh man, it's gonna wrap it up. We know how it goes. Game 12 comes around to Zeke alone. We're Fortnite, you know what we do best. We save it to the very last game.
Saving it for the last game is definitely something that we've seen time and time again. But to have all of our top teams, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then 2nd place, going down early there makes me a bit nervous. I want to see all of these teams up and alive in the end game. I want it to be close. I want it to come down to the final moments. And that might just happen.
I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, I'm just thinking about sort of Vanya's position. What would they do in this situation? Is it for them to take it into their own hands? They try and outplay Queasy's team. Do they try and avoid what was going on? I know we had that in that listening right there. We listened to Queasy saying, we're going to have more whites than them. We can play the Storm, which is exactly why they won that fight.
Yeah.
Sort of watching it just here. And, I remember saying, I was like, yeah, they're going to win the fight because they have all these whites. Of course, from their drop spot, we broke it down at the beginning of the weekend. How powerful that drop spot is. They can get some, the slurp juices, of course, from there. All the splashes that they get from there, super valuable for them. And now maybe we're going to see a little bit of a change of strategy for Vanya's team. Do they try and stack the whites, stay back in the Storm a little bit? Not too sure how they're going to play it out, but they have to respond. They have to do something to try and stop this this push from Queasy.
You know what I want to see? I want to see that victory royale from 0-0 to 0-1 to get practically a 5.9 average placement, but still just be so short on claiming that. Man, I mean, Minnie, what is it? What can they do?
I mean, I think they just have to try and... I wouldn't, if I were them, try and land on Queasy or anything crazy like that, because they are so good at endgame, right? We haven't seen the day 2 that we saw from day 1 of Queasy, right? We haven't seen them have that performance that we saw in day number 1. So it's almost safe to assume that they maybe not have that great performance in this final game like we saw. Maybe they could, it's Queasy, we don't know. But for Vanya's team, maybe they just play it out. They have to think about that in the back of their mind. What could Queasy do? It's gonna be so close. It all comes down to it.
And this is what they are fighting for, that beautiful trophy. But it is not just a physical object, it is an emotional one as well.